All right. Good Monday morning, everyone. Yes, I know I sound awful. I have laryngitis. I'm on the mend. So you just have to put up with how I sound today. I'm so sorry. But we hope everyone's having a fantastic Monday. We are super excited to be here with you guys today. So you guys know me, Amy, here with Fern, Russell, and our lovely guest today is PJ Mann for Author Talk. So you guys, hey, how
From
was everybody's
Finland.
weekend? I know. We're so excited. Russell, I knew that you were going to love it when I
I
told
mean,
you about
right. We
Finland.
have someone. This is international today. PJ's from Finland. This is so cool. I
I
have
love
so much
it.
many.
Well, technically, she's from Italy, but she's living in
Yes.
Finland right now.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Oh,
And
she's
she's
lived
been all over
everywhere.
the world. I
She's
know.
lived
I mean,
Germany.
it's amazing. It's amazing. And it's Greg. Speaking of Greg is on. Good morning, Greg. We are all praying for you and your family. But Greg actually introduced me to PJ Mann, and I'm so grateful for that because it has been a wonderful relationship. I have bought some of her books because that's just how I am. So I knew Russell was going to be so excited for this conversation today because it's all over the place. So I'm just excited to dive in. But how was everybody's weekend? What all did you guys do?
I had a very fun weekend.
Okay, what you do?
I did a writing intensive again every month.
Oh, that's so fun.
Weekend of writing intensive. It was fun. And but better than that, I got to dress up on Friday.
Oh, yes.
I went to a fundraising gala put on by the Barbara Bush Literacy Foundation, and so I got to dress up and go out on the town. It was very yummy food, cool people. It was very nice.
It looked like a lot of fun, like the decorations and like the whole like Alice in Wonderland theme and everything. And of course, you looked gorgeous. Like I saw your photos, I was so jealous. I was like, damn.
I know. I haven't had to dress up in ages, but it was so much. I was very proud of myself. I remembered how to do my makeup. That was really nice. And all of these wonderful people wearing.
Well, we know that you put your mascara on every day because PJ, she says she can't start her day till she puts her mascara on.
I mean, it's true. It opens up.
And
your
I've
eyes
tried
and stuff,
it, but it doesn't seem to help me when I put on my mascara.
Well, Russell, maybe you're just not doing it right, man. Maybe you need
Who are you? Are you some little boy? What is this little boy voice? How was your baseball game this weekend, little boy?
I won, okay? I hit the home run and I got the scoring point, okay? Like
you seem like you smoked like 4 packs of cigarettes this weekend.
Russell, oh my gosh, I know.
You should not smoke cigarettes around all those kids. You have like 12.
Oh my gosh, Russell. Anyway, okay, I know I sound awful. I know, okay? I've sounded awful. You can ask Fern, okay? Like, I know this is just complete crap. I've never had this, and I will say it sucks. Absolutely sucks to have it. Like, touching my vocal cords hurts. It's just a thing, okay? But I sound way better.
Don't touch them.
I don't, but it sounds way better than I did last week. Like, just ask Fern, okay? Each day is better, okay? It's going to take 10 to 14 days. So hopefully next week I will not sound like this. I'm hoping, fingers crossed. Are you going
to do your 14 podcast of the week this week?
You know, yes, I have to. I can't not. I'm committed, Russell. We do or we die, okay? Like, we go on or we die. Like, this is how we roll.
The show must go on.
Okay, Amy, you need to calm down. You're scaring PJ.
I'm not scared. She
doesn't quite know what's going on.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, PJ. Hey, Robert. Varel, hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning. We are so happy to have you guys joining in on the conversation with PJ Mann today. So, Russell, did you do anything? You're usually my adventure person on the weekend.
I was on a podcast. I was on a podcast of one of our former guests, Friday, a social justice, Miss Jack's podcast on social justice and social reform. Basically, she had me tell stories of the criminal justice system from the 38 years I practiced law in Houston. Yeah. And we talked about some pretty ugly events in our legal system.
Okay, so it got a little dark. Okay,
yeah, it was a very dark podcast. I loved it.
Yeah, I bet you did. I bet you did. So
that's the most important thing I did this weekend. So everyone go to Daphne Jack's podcast. Her second season will be out in December or January. So everyone look for it on the podcast channels. And can I say something about our podcast channels, Amy?
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it.
Okay, and PJ would like to hear this. Is we're on all the podcast channels, so you can find us anywhere. The probability is you're listening to us right now from one of those podcast channels, and you can't even see us, so there's no telling when you're listening to us. But we are rated number 9 on our podcast channels for indie books in the United States, number 13 for books. I know, PJ, we can't believe it because look at us. Especially me. I'm the idiot on the show. We can't believe it. But we got the ratings. We're very excited about it. And if you're listening to us on podcasts, we thank you very much.
We do. You guys it's always supportive. And if you ever want to see us, if you've never watched us live, for me, it's more entertaining because I talk a lot with my hands. You can see our facial expressions, which sometimes are uncontrollable. So it's always fun to watch us live. So go over to our Facebook group or our YouTube channel or friend any of us, and you will see us live and join in on the conversation. We love it when you guys interact with us and we can get you your answers to your questions, or you can just make fun of us. We're cool with it. Russell does it all the time. Russell wanted to take his anger out on me.
Yeah, this little boy's fine with it.
I'm good, man. I promise. I'm good. It's all good. But our guest of the show is PJ Mann. And so with all that being said, I'm going to kick it to you, Fern, and let's get PJ talking about her books.
Well, yes, I was going to say, Russell was talking about being on the show, talking about the law. And your latest book, PJ, is about a detective. It takes place in Rome, and he is fighting against what sounds like the organization Le Hombre.
Yeah, well, it's actually it's not really an organization. It's just like if he wakes up in the morning and he finds up in his car one message. Someone intruded in his car, left a message, and claiming that someone shall die.
Ooh. Okay.
Signed, The Shadows. So it's just a question of who the hell first. How do they get into my car? Why did they get into my car? And why me, first of all? Well, then, it starts with finding the first corpse in a cemetery, and then the second, the third, revealing, let's say, some secrets that were bonding those people together into a net of lies and corruption.
So your main protagonist, and I am going on the fact that this is currently the book is in Italian and the English version is coming out. So
yes,
I may or may not have understood the Italian 100%. My Italian is basically non-existent, but my Spanish is helping.
Well, the Spanish is quite close. I don't speak. I never learned any Spanish. But when I was in Argentina for a holiday, there was absolutely no problem in understanding and speaking.
I know. That's the beauty of Italian and Spanish. I remember visiting Rome and being able to communicate really well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this is book 2, right? In this,
yes,
the detective is your main protagonist. So we're following kind of this detective, and so tell us a little bit of how did you come out with this detective? How did you come out with this character?
Well, I was just thinking about, because I generally write thrillers. So I was thinking, I write thrillers and I write mostly on the side of the criminals. So what is the psychology behind the criminal? What moves them? What's the reason? I mean, is there something that brings them to that path? Are they all bad, or is just something else that brings them there? Then I met one Italian former police detective, and we started to talk and got friends. And I said, well, I might actually start to write from the other side, or maybe switching, bringing the two sides together, the side of the criminal and the side of the law. So two different parts which needs anyway to come together. Under a certain aspect, because they, if we are talking about the reason why a criminal does something, is there is always a sort of misleaded justice. It has some sort of inner think about what justice is, and from his point of view, justice is that. But well, not necessarily. Not according to the laws.
And I think it's very interesting to go from having written from the criminal's perspective in your other earlier books, where the main character is the criminal, to switching to the detective, because I know that is they are two sides of the coin, right? They're the two sides that are vying for who will win in some of these situations.
Absolutely.
So what got you into writing thrillers like this? What was the inspiration for you to go into this area of writing?
It is kind of interest on the psychology of people. What brings people doing something. And besides, I have always been a fan of Georges Simenon. So for me, the Detective Maigret has been a standing point in my life. Then I loved also Agatha Christie and her way of putting together, even on her books, there is a lot of double connection between what is the law and what is the perspective of the criminal. I mean, why that person decides to kill that particular victim, why he chose so. Is it a passion crime? Is it a revenge? Is it something that was bonded to other happenings? So that's very interesting also. So I always have been very, very interested on these low sides and how a detective goes to solve a crime, and starting from nothing. Okay, let's see what we have here.
Right, following the clues and the mind that it takes to commit the crimes, right?
Yeah.
And how it works, and then the mind that it takes to solve them, to be on the other side, not knowing everything. So I'm seeing, you've got multiple genres. You write in many genres.
Yes, I have been. Well, generally is a thriller. My main part is thriller and crime, but I have been written also an historical fiction and paranormal suspense. Well, paranormal suspense was anyway suspense, so that it's just that there are ghosts involved in that.
So with your paranormal, are you doing like kind of like ghosts, or are you doing more like what kind of areas of paranormal do you
well
write?
Mostly in that book, which is actually the only paranormal book I have been ever written.
Okay.
I'm planning more, but that we'll see. And in that one, I was mostly, once again, was inspired by one travel to Africa following the Voodoo rites and the Voodoo religion. And that is a kind of the connection with the underworld and the spiritual world, and a little bit on that. Nice. So it's the ghost and the spirits part is the main bonding of the story.
So what type of research did you do in Africa on the voodoo culture?
I went to the fetish markets and talked to the first thing is just the best thing you can do is just ask to the people. Go and ask to the people, and whoever is ready to talk talks. Otherwise, you go to the fetish market. And there you can find the shaman, the local shaman, and the local shaman is really willing to generally to talk and to explain a little bit into depth how is our shaman becomes a shaman, and what are the characteristics of a shaman, and what is the life of the medicine man of the tribe.
So I know you've traveled a lot, so these books are wonderfully influenced by your world travels. Now, you are a geologist, yes? This is your profession. So, what drove you to become a geologist? I kind of wanted to be a geologist, to be because I love volcanoes, and I would have loved to have studied volcanoes.
Fern, you have to go outside to be a geologist.
Yes, that was one of the reasons why I didn't pursue it. Plus, it took a lot of math. It takes a lot of math.
No, and that's the point. I was the girl that when I was a kid on the elementary school, I hated maths. I always hated it. I said, no way in hell. So when it was on the high school, I decided to go to the art institute. I said, no maths, stop it. Don't talk about maths. I want to do art. Let's do art. Let's be creative. Then after that, I said, okay, then what else? Well, all the artists die poor. So not a good idea. Then I started to think, university, what about university? So I went to some orientation courses and I said, okay, the first was mathematics. I said, no, out. Physics, that is mathematics, away. No. Yes and no. I mean, it's then I went to one introductory course on geology, and it opened completely a new world. Oh my God. I said, I fell in love with it. I said, I need to follow that. That's my call. Well, geology is mostly philosophy, because there is no numbers that can really describe Earth. Mm-hmm. So mathematics is something that really don't quite work when you are talking about geology. It's mostly about interpretation and a lot of creativity. So once you strong of my creativity background, I say, well, who was more creative than me? Here I am. So geology, here I come. And I followed the course. I graduated, and not happy about it. I took a second master course in Germany. So I moved away from Italy, went to Germany, graduated in environmental geology, and then I found a job in Finland, and
here you are.
And here I am. Then I started to think, but I could even write maybe a book.
But you've got several books.
Yes. Well, I started 2016. So it's it takes it's a quite a nice span of time to produce something like how much it is.
Are they all in Italian and English? Are they in
Not
both?
all, actually not. So only the one trilogy and the first two books of this new series. I started to translate them. I don't do the translation because if I do the translation, it will take like forever, and I stop writing altogether.
Mm-hmm.
So I just I write in English. I keep doing my production in English. Then I have a great, absolutely the most amazing translator in the world, which is Lisa's Translation. And she is amazing. Great communication, great adaptation skills, is fantastic. I couldn't ask for more.
That is very cool. Like, okay, so you are Italian, but you write the book
In English.
Hey. What made you decide to do that and not, because when you said translation, I thought, oh, okay, she has somebody translate them into English, but no, you actually write in English.
Well, after I moved to Germany in 1999, no, in 2000, sorry. From that point on, my main language has been English. So it has become a bit how to say, hard to start to rethink into Italian. And now that I'm in Finland, I start to speak in Finnish, so I really have no idea what I'm talking anymore.
They're all mixing up in your head now.
Yes. And my editor would prove that I don't speak anything.
Well, editors, those are the people we love to hate. So,
but they're the most important.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And finding one that is reliable and good, it's like moving into a jungle being blindfolded.
I love that analogy.
That was the best description of it. Oh my gosh. That is the best description. But you guys, on a side note, PJ has yet to actually mention it, but Greg did. Today is PJ's birthday. So you guys, make sure you drop a happy birthday in the comments because, birthdays are big for us. We love birthdays. We're not going to sing to you because...
No, please. I hated even when I was a kid.
You don't want to hear any of us sing, okay? So just, we know that enough about it ourselves. We don't sing at all. And no one wants to hear this anyways. But happy birthday.
Especially you today. Yes.
I know. Oh, Russell, I know. If I didn't love you so much, it would just, I would totally fire back at you if I didn't love you so much.
Amy singing happy birthday in death metal version.
Yeah. I like it. You make this negative into a positive, and I am all about it. I love it. But happy birthday. Thank you for spending an hour or 30 minutes of your birthday with us. We feel so honored.
It's been my pleasure.
It's been so much fun. So, Fern, I'm sorry to interrupt. Please continue. This is a fantastic
that was an important point to make. Happy birthday, my friend. I was going to talk about, and right before we were on the air, we talked a little bit about this. It's a very cool feature of your website that, it's a team sport. Writing is a team sport. You need editors. You need people supporting you. You need other authors.
Absolutely.
You need other authors to help sell your book, to support each other, to give each other critique. And you actually have this really cool feature on your website where you have your little team, your author gang of fellow authors that you work together, you help support each other, and you have them on your website. You feature them and you've got their links and stuff. Tell me a little bit about how you guys decided to do that for your website.
Oh, well, that was very, very something that happened just like this. There was Erica, which had a nice website. She was blogging about, and she was thinking, why don't we put our forces together and don't we promote each other and don't we help each other? I mean, and we blog in the same website together, just for fun mostly, because it's. But it came out as a very nice group. We give feedback to each other. We can ask about, hey, I got contacted by this person. Did you guys ever heard about that? Should I trust or not? It's because indie authors are bombed regularly by all sort of, hey, I can promote this. I can promote you. It's good. It's good to have promotion, but between a jungle of promotion, you got the scammers too.
Oh yeah.
So if someone can tell you, yes, I tried it, don't do that, that is good,
Yeah, and it's a really good thing to help each other, to support each other, because there's a lot of people trying to scam authors out there offering all kinds of things. So it's good to have a community.
Yeah.
Community. And I just love how you guys have each other on each other's website. I think that is something that, because sometimes you get this feeling from people like, oh, I can't promote others because they won't buy my books, but people buy.
No, that's not true. That's absolutely not true. Actually, people are more prone to buy books from someone who is not jealous about their audience. I'm not jealous at all. I mean, my audience is the audience of everybody else, after all. There is no point of being jealous.
Yes, I agree. I think that is beautiful. I don't know if Amy has your website available, but it would be cool to share that, a little bit of the cover of your book and also that beautiful site. I mean, I think that is just a really cool. You got me when I saw that. I was like, because I'm always promoting this idea that we need to be supporting each other. So looking at your new book and the cover art. Does the cover change for the different languages?
Yes. No, I will change the cover every time I do publish the book. So this one was the cover of the first book of the series, The Year of the Mantis. And as soon as the other one is coming up, I will update the cover with the second book, and so on.
That's very cool. So do you? And here you have the cover right there, Amy. And those are your author friends, and then on the.
I have to add other people now because I have been letting this website a bit off, so I need to add other people there, but I will do it during this week.
But this is very cool. So, and stop right there. You've got the new book there. Segreti
delle persone per bene.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad you pronounced that because I was gonna go for it, but then I froze. I was like,
but of course, when she said it, it was beautiful, right?
Yeah. Thank you.
Beautiful. So this is the second book in this detectives series. So what is the first book's title?
It's The Year of the Mantis.
The Year of
the Mantis. In books, it's yes. If you click there, you get on the second. Coming soon. In fact, the secret I hide coming soon.
This is going to be in English.
Here is The Year of the Mantis. The book.
I love the composition. Very cool.
On the background there is St. Peter's Church.
Yes, and I was looking at your historic fiction. So your historic fiction is ancient Rome.
On the ancient Rome is the Aquila Noctua. This one.
Yeah, I love the Roman eagle. I mean, I think that's like so cool, you know. Well, I know we're coming to a close with our time, so I have enjoyed chatting with you so much, and
it was such a pleasure. You know, I always enjoy talking to you guys, but I have been meeting Amy, and she's such a fun girl. I love her.
Thank you. I wish I sounded a lot better. I probably would have been.
I know how you sound normally.
That's true. You do. You know how I sound normally, and that's all that matters. You know, that's all that matters.
And it is such a big pleasure to meet you, Fern and Russell. Oh my God. I'm so much glad I met you.
Yes, it has been a fantastic conversation. We always hate having to end it. We wish that we could do it longer. But speaking of websites, tonight on Through the Eyes of Authors, we have Brian Bearden. He is doing free consultations on author websites. He's been doing a lot of author websites. So he has some tips and tricks and all these things that he will be offering tonight. And tonight it is an open Monday. So if you are an author or thinking about having an author website, please join us. I will be sending an email out to everybody. If you would like the link, you guys know how to get in touch with me. I'm like the most well-found person in the world. Okay. Like you can just type my name in if you can spell my last name. If not, I'm sorry. But you can always email me. Yeah, always email me, direct message me, text me. If you have my email and I've messaged you, my cell phone number is actually in my email signature. That is an actual email. You are more than welcome to contact me. My phone number. But you guys, we hope you have a fantastic week. Hopefully next week I sound a lot better. But until then, you guys, we'll catch you all next Monday. Bye, everybody.